welcome Emerald Lagasse.
Good to see you.
Come have a seat.
All right.
So much fun to have you.
Delighted to be here.
So, you know, I knew a little bit about your story.
Yeah.
But I spent a little time reading more about the things you've been through. Listen, it always seems on the outside like it's really simple and straightforward, and you become world famous and the best at what you do just because you're naturally inclined to. But a lot of what people go through in the difficult moments isn't all that visible. So you're around food all the time. You love the fatty Cajun food, which I love too. We all do. Talk to me about how it's taken a toll on your health.
You know, sometimes, you know, I've been doing this for so many years. I mean, almost 30 years. And, you know, there are just times and days where there's not a stoplight. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're around it all the time, you know, and, you know, you're trying to think about health and think about, well, I have to do this in moderation. Julia Child used to tell me all the time, everything is good, but just do it in moderation. Yeah. And, well, that's easier said than done, as you know. And so when you're constantly around it, I mean, you know, you go from breakfast to the office, and then you're having a pasta tasting, and then you're going to lunch, and then you're doing a pie tasting after that, and then you got television. It's just constant. So, you know, as much as you want to think, hey, I really need to grab a hold of this thing, and we all do that. But until you do something about it, that's the bottom line. You got to do something about it.
So when did you first realize that you needed to take control of your health?
A couple of years ago, you know, I had gone through the whole Katrina thing. And after it hit with my staff, the first thing in my family, realizing the destruction of not only the restaurants, not only our home, not only home base, which is what our corporate office is, but the community in which we live in, there's nothing left.
But for you personally, and Dr. Roizen, who's our beloved enforcer, who I know has been helping you a little bit get control of your health. Now, this is a very personal battle. We can talk about your responsibility to the city of New Orleans, and I've been back there many times. We was there this month, you know, or to the company. But ultimately, it's about Emerald Lagasse, father of 4, 2 young kids. What's been the hardest part of that for you?
Well, the hardest part is just that, you know, you got to grab control of it. And it's not just with diet. You talk about Dr. Roizen. I mean, he's helped me out a lot. And he was like, look, you know what? You know, you're really overweight. Are you exercising? So you're overweight and you're not exercising. Because there's a big balance about you got to exercise. So that was the realization that not only do I have to just grab control, you know, and, you know, Doc, I got to tell you this. It's not that I've been with the soil and in touch with the soil for over 30 years. So it's not like not knowing about organic or eating good, or I know that. But doing it, now that's the challenge.
So talk to me about how you did. I mean, you got 2 kids. I know they're younger.
I have 4 kids. So the first thing I had to deal with is my 2 oldest have celiac disease.
Oh, they do? So
then I had to start realizing about how we're going to change and get into a more gluten-free environment. Then I have 2 children under 10 who, I want to be around, as Mike Rosin says. Look, what are you going to do? You're going to just keep doing this and doing this. And then all of a sudden, 10 pounds leads to 20, 20 leads to 30, et cetera, et cetera. And so for me, it was grabbing a hold of Emerald. You know, I laughed when he gave me this pedometer. And you and I were doing Good Morning America about a year ago. And you looked at me and you said, what's going on? And I said, well, Mike's got me on, he's got me on this 10,000 step a day thing. That was the first thing.